Bro, I don't think he was a shepherd all his life though, surely.
No, exactly. He had a good knack for tradesmanship. So he used to work with his uncle as a tradesman. And he used to go quite often on business trips with his uncle. And I think we're going to move on to Seerah, is that right?
That's right. I think.
Yeah, when he was 12, he went to a business trip with his uncle to Syria, in a place called Busra, as you can see.
Wasn't that time where he met that monk Buhaira?
That's right. When they went to Syria and Busra, as you can see, they met a monk there, a Christian monk actually, who was he was well versed in the Jewish scriptures as well as the Christian scriptures, and he had something very fascinating to say actually. So, Buhaira, is that right? Okay, I think you have something to say about Muhammad.
Muhammad, he is the master of all mankind, and God will send with him a message.
Okay.
A message which is a mercy to all beings.
How did you know that Muhammad, he was only 12 right now, how did you know that he was a prophet? Ow.
I know that.
I'm hungry.
Because when he came from Aqaba, away, when he came from Aqaba, all the trees and all the stones, they all prostrated for him.
Right.
And also, he has the seal of the prophethood between his shoulder blades in the shape of an apple. I know this from my books.
Right, thank you very much, Buhaira.
Apple.
For the knee smacking as well, thanks.
Raz.
Apple.
Apple. What do you think?
I'm actually quite hungry. I haven't eaten since we've been here, isn't it?
Where's that khalkhala guy?
Khalkhalash guy? Where is... no thanks. Okay, we were only joking. Bye. Thanks. Right. Okay. Right. So that was Buhaira the monk.
Let's talk about a bit more Muhammad's character.
Okay, the character. Now, obviously, Prophet Muhammad's character was amazing, and it was well known throughout Mecca, and people trusted him. You here, yeah. What do you say about Muhammad?
Muhammad? Did you say Muhammad?
Muhammad.
Yeah. Yes, Muhammad.
It's a great shame
We know
for
him.
anyone to listen to the accusation that Islam is a lie and that Muhammad was a fabricator and a deceiver. We saw that he remained steadfast upon his principles.
Well, it seems like we have moved on. Thank you very much. Well, let's see what famous characters said about Muhammad.
What can I say about Muhammad? Well, I feel it's a great shame for anyone to listen to the accusation that Islam is a lie and that Muhammad was a fabricator and a deceiver. We saw that he remained steadfast upon his principles, with firm determination, kind and generous, compassionate, pious, virtuous, hard-working and sincere, and, most importantly, with real manhood. His face was radiant as if he had lights within him to illuminate the darkest of night, and I feel that he was truly a great man by nature. I wanted to know the best of one who holds today's undisputed sway over the hearts of millions of mankind. I became more than convinced that it was not the sword that won a place for Islam in those days. It was the rigid simplicity, the utter self-effacement of the Prophet, his intense devotion to his friends and followers, his absolute trust in God and in his own mission. When I closed the second volume of the Prophet's biography, I was sorry there was not more for me to read of the great life. Muhammad, never thought anyone had asked me about him, but, I reckon the world's in dire need of a man with the mind of Muhammad. In the Middle Ages, they used to sort of, paint a very dark picture of him. They used to view him as, enemy of Christianity.
Oi! What are you doing, buddy? Get away from there before I shake you!
Sir, he's only a child. Please leave him.
Sorry, mate, sorry. Must be the opium. But after viewing his story, I realised it was an amazing and miraculous one. And I came to the conclusion that he was never an enemy of Christianity. Instead, he should be called the saviour of humanity. Thank you very much, mate. If Muhammad was alive today, then he would have solved most of the problems in the world.
Get up! You call yourself French? Get up and fight for your country!
Sacré bleu, c'est dégoûtant, mon frère, c'est dégoûtant, frère.
God Almighty tells us in the Holy Quran, most certainly in the Messenger of God, you have the best example of behavior. Now, whether you're a student or a layperson, regardless of your profession, gender, or age, you can always identify yourself with the Prophet of Islam. And you can always grab a characteristic or a quality and try to emulate it and reflect it onto humanity. And I, as a student, have no doubt in my heart that the Prophet Muhammad, in whom may be peace and blessings, was the best example of behavior and had the most excellent and sublime qualities and characteristics.
So those are the main, I mean, those figures in history actually did say that, and it's pretty amazing, you know, that's only a few.
Before we go on, remember that guy you just told us to get lost? Here he is again.
All right. Sorry for interrupting you, sir. You're going to say something.
Yes, as I was saying, Muhammad, he's Al-Amin, the trustworthy. You see, we trust him more than any one of us because he is so honest. You see, if we go on journeys, we leave our possessions with him. No one else but Muhammad. Yes, Al-Amin. He is Al-Amin, the trustworthy.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else who has another opinion somewhere?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, there. We have another sister here. Hi. You wanted to say something as well?
Oh, hi. Well, he doesn't, listen, he doesn't get involved in the bad things that these other young people do. He doesn't drink, he doesn't fight, and between you and me, I don't think he prays to the other gods in the Kaaba either. I wonder who did he pray to? I wonder who he prays to.
Thank you very much. That was kind of scary.
That was crazy.
All right. So, where are we going to go now? Right. So, yeah, his character, it was brilliant. It was so, like, people trusted him so much that during a famous dispute, when they were rebuilding the Kaaba, as we were talking about, let's talk about the Kaaba here. Here's the picture of the Kaaba.
The Kaaba basically has 300, used to, back in the time of Arabia, used to have about 300 idols. And you can imagine people come across the nations just to come to Arabia and just to worship these idols.
Yeah.
I mean, just economically, the Kaaba was a significant place, thing to own because, you know, people come and worship and bring money into the economy.
Exactly. Basically, they were raking it. The pilgrims would bring money. It was like a tourism thing as well. So the Meccans were proud of it. As you can see, the dissection of the Kaaba, the idols were inside it. And there was also this one particular part which Muslims believe to be a meteorite from heaven. And this is at the corner of the Kaaba. And when, at the time of Prophet Muhammad, they were rebuilding it, and there was dispute, as in, from the main tribes in Mecca, there were many tribes, from the main tribes, the 4 main tribes had this stone here. They wanted to put that in the corner. Who would have the honor of putting the from the 4 tribes, who would have the honor of putting the last stone into the Kaaba? So that was a dispute, and this is what went down with the 4 of the tribes.